Hello, my dear students. Very good afternoon to one and all. Welcome back to Vichita Rajkumar YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to start the second day of challenge in the subject of the anatomy for the BS Nursing first year, first sem, who are going to write the examinations in the month of June 5th and 7th. Okay, so the second day, what we have to study, the structure of the brain. So today, I would like to give the content, what we have to study, what are the sections, what are the side headings will be there. If you have, some students are belongs to Telugu medium, some student belongs to non-medical, like they are belongs to BPC. So that is the reason they may have the little bit of fear. So that is the reason I would like to give the content also. If you are unable to gather the notes, if you are unable to write the important points, so nothing to worry, I will give the side headings. If you'll thorough with the side headings, if you'll thorough with the whatever I'm giving the notes, if you'll study, so definitely you will get the good score in your subjects. Okay, let me see the one by one. So structure of the brain, already I have given the first day what we have to study. So that the first day content is the central autonomic and peripheral nervous system. Okay, so today I am going to give the notes on the structure of the brain. So later I will give the spinal cord separately, I will give the second day what we have to study. The second day we have to study about the structure of the brain, spinal cord, cranial nerves, spinal nerves, peripheral nerves, functional areas of the cerebral cortex. So completely we have to study of the structure of the brain. Okay, so later after completion of the structure of the brain, I would like to give the second day of the challenge in the topic of the spinal cord, cranial nerves and spinal nerves, and remaining parts also I will give. So let's we see the structure of the brain. Okay, whoever watching first time, please watch till end of my video. Please like and subscribe my channel, and you have to inform your classmates, also make them to subscribe my channel. So if you have the like a subscribers are more, so we will get the more doubts. We can clarify the contributions of the different types of content also. I can gather by providing the comments or likes and everything. Okay, so let me see the one by structure of the brain. It is one of the largest organs in the body and coordinates most body activities. Okay, so the brain is the one of the largest organs in the body. Okay, and it will coordinates most body activities. Okay, the mainly our body mainly coordinated by the brain only. Okay, it is a center for all the thought, memory, judgment and emotion. Each part of the brain is responsible for the controlling different body functions such as temperature regulations and breathing. So that you have to keep it in mind. So here the first one is the largest. The brain is the largest organ in the body, and it coordinates body activities. Next, it is center for thought, memory, judgment and emotion. And next, brain is responsible for the controlling different body functions. Okay, not only coordinate the brain is the like a largest organ. Okay, not only coordinates the most body activities, it is a center for thought, memory, judgment and emotion, and it is also responsible for the controlling different body functions. It may be temperature regulations or it may be breathing also. Okay, so next coming to the brain is contained in skull, weighs 1300 to 1400 grams. Okay, the brain is contained the skull, the weight of the skull is the 1300 to 1400 grams, made up of about 1000 billion neurons. 7 each neuron is surrounded by about 10 glial cells, that is a neuroglia. Okay, the neurons cannot multiply and many neurons are lost every day in life, but glial cells run can multiply throughout the life. Okay, so here the neurons are lost every day, but the glial cells can multiply throughout our lifetime. Okay, brain is also covered by the meninges like spinal cord, outer dura mater, middle organoid matter, and inner para matter. Okay, that you have to keep it in mind. So these are the very important points. Okay, brain is covered by the meninges. The covering layer of the brain is the meninges. Okay, like spinal cord. Okay, like a covering layers of the brain, layers of the brain covered by the meninges. The parts of the meninges is the outer layer we are calling as the dura, middle cause an arachnoid matter, inner the pia matter. Pia matter, dura matter, arachnoid matter. So these are the layers of the brain. The brain is mainly covered by the meninges, that you have to keep it in mind. Okay, so this is the parts of the brain. Cerebrum, outer cerebrum. Okay, down part cerebellum. Okay, these are the. So next coming to ventricles of the brain. There are the certain cavities in the brain called as the ventricles. So these ventricles are filled with CSF. CSF is nothing but the cerebrospinal fluid. Okay. So there are certain cavities. Okay. There are certain cavities are there in the brain. So we are called as the ventricles. So ventricles are nothing but the cavities of the brain. Okay. So these cavities are nothing but the ventricles. These ventricles are filled with CSF. CSF is nothing but the cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, there are four ventricles of the brain. Okay, the brain have the cavity is nothing but the ventricles. The ventricles always filled with the CSF. So there are the four ventricles of the brain. Okay, first one is the two lateral ventricles in two hemispheres of the brain. Third lies between hypothalamus and thalamus. Fourth between brainstem, cerebrum, and one is continuous with the central cavity of the spinal cord. So there are the four ventricles of the brain. Okay, you got it now. So this you have to write it two lateral ventricles. Okay, so two. So here two will be there. The two is the two hemispheres of the brain, and third one is here the first and second. Third lies between the hypothalamus and thalamus. Fourth between brainstem and cerebrum. So these are four ventricles. First and second. This is the first and second. This is third. This is the fourth. Got it? Okay. So these are the ventricles of the brain. Okay, see here, ma. Okay, lateral ventricles, inner ventricular foramen, third ventricle. So here this is the first and second. Okay, third. Okay, and fourth. Okay, so these are the first and second. So these are the third, and next one is the. So this is the fourth ventricle. You got it? Okay. First and second. Okay, this is the third. This is the fourth. Okay. Next, coming to the parts of the brain. Okay, the parts of the brain is mainly as the following, like this way: cerebrum, cerebellum, brainstem. Okay, diencephalon. Okay, so here the cerebrum is again two ways will be there: right cerebral hemisphere, left cerebral hemisphere. Okay, so the brainstem is again if the having the three parts. Okay, medulla, pons, midbrain. You have to keep it in mind, ma. Cerebrum will have the two ways. That's the right cerebrum hemisphere and left cerebral hemisphere. In the brain also brainstem, again three partitions will be there: medulla, pons, midbrain. Diencephalon. Here again is having three partitions: thalamus, hypothalamus, and epithalamus and pineal gland. So these are the four parts of the brain will be there. Okay, again according to their parts, again some subdivisions will be there. Okay, the main parts of the brain is a cerebrum, cerebellum, brainstem, and diencephalon. Okay, so these are the parts structure of the brain. You got it? Okay. So next coming to the cerebrum. The cerebrum is the largest section of the brain. It's located in the upper portion of the brain at its area that processes thoughts, judgment, memory, problem solving, language, and imaginations. Okay, cerebral cortex. This is the superficial layer of the cerebrum. You got it, ma? Okay, cerebrum is the largest section of the brain. That you have to keep it in mind. Cerebrum is the largest section of the brain. So this is the largest section of the brain. Okay, located in the upper portion. Okay, upper portion of the brain. The largest section is located in the upper portion of the brain. Okay, and it's a mainly process in the upper portion of the process. It may be the process will be taking place in the thought, judgment, memory, problem solving, language, and imagination. And one more is the cerebral cortex. It is a superficial layer of the brain. Cerebrum. Cerebral cortex is the superficial layer of the cerebrum. Superficial layer is uh, what is the superficial layer of the cerebrum? Cerebral cortex. It's a gray matter. Okay, the superficial layer of the cerebrum is nothing but the cerebral cortex. It's having the gray matter that is 2 to 4 millimeter thick called cerebral cortex. Okay, the gray matter is having the thick. Okay, thick 2 to 4 millimeter thick called we are calling as a cerebral cortex contains billions neurons. Okay, superficial layer of the cerebrum is nothing but the cerebral cortex. It is the having the 2 to 4 millimeters. It is called as cerebral cortex. It contains billions of the neurons. Okay, neurons every time it will be lost, but glial cells it may not be lost through our lifetime. That you have to keep it in mind. Okay, next come the okay. So during embryonic development, when the brain size increases rapidly, okay, the gray matter of the cortex enlarges such as faster than the deeper white matter. So as a result, cortical region rolls and fold upon itself. Okay, the folds are called gyri or convulsions. Okay, the folds will be there. The deepest grooves between the folds are called fisheries. The shallower grooves between the folds are called as sulci. Okay, that you have to just you have to know the folds, gyri or convulsions. Okay, this one. The deepest grooves between the folds are nothing but the fisheries. Okay, the shallower grooves between the folds called as sulci. Okay, the most prominent fissure, the longitudinal fissure, separates the cerebrum into right and left halls called cerebrum hemispheres. Each hemisphere has four lobes. The cerebrum is subdivided into the left and right. Both hemispheres are connected by a bridge of nerve fibers that readily relay information between two hemispheres called corpus callosum. So this is the parts my heart. Okay, longitudinal fishery. So this fishery will be there between the okay. Longitudinal fisheries will be there. Right hemispheres. This is the left hemispheres. This is the right hemispheres. Sulci. Okay, gyri. So this is the gyri. So this is the sulci. Central sulcus. Okay. Left hemisphere controls right side of the body. This is also important. Okay. Left side hemisphere controls the right. Left control the right. Right controls the left. Left side of the body. Okay. So this will control the this one. Left side of the hemisphere controls the right side. Right side of the hemisphere controls the left side of the body. That you have to keep it in mind. Okay. Opposite direction like this. Okay. Lobes of the cerebrum. Till now we have discussed about the parts like a covering layer and parts of the okay brain also we discussed. Next coming to the lobes of the cerebrum. Frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, temporal lobe. So this is the lobes of the cerebrum. Okay. Frontal means front, parietal means side, occipital means back. Okay. Temporal means nearer to ear. Okay, that you have to keep it in once again. Frontal means front, parietal means side, occipital means back, temporal means near to eye, sorry, near to ear. Lobes of the cerebrum. Frontal bone, most anterior portion of the cerebrum under the forehead. Central sulcus separates frontal and parietal bone. Frontal means front. Controls motor function, personality, and speech, like center of reasoning, planning, some parts of the speech, movement, emotions, problem solving, and also called as motor cortex. Next one is a parietal bone. The superior portion of the cerebrum, top of the head. Parietal may already have said no, side by side. Parietal, top of the head. Okay. Receives the sensory input from the skin, touch, pressure, temperature, pain. Okay. It is also called as sensory cortex. Occipital, back. The most posterior portion of the cerebrum, back of the head, receives input from the eyes, controls vision, also called as visual cortex. Temporal. Okay, so this is nearer to the ears. The left and right lateral portion of the cerebrum on the sides of the your head above your ears controls hearing and smell, also called as auditory cortex. Okay, functions of the cerebrum. Okay, so these are the main functions of the cerebrum. Functions of the cerebellum. Okay, so in the coming to the in physiology, let me see, later we will see. Okay, so that is the reason I am not discussing divisions of the layers, that you have to keep it in mind. Divisions and layers of the cerebrum: anterior lobe, posterior lobe, flexural lobe, superficial layer, deep to gray matter. So these are all some divisions layers of the okay. So this also not say functions of cerebellum. Just to keep it in mind. Okay. Brainstem, functions of the brainstem. Brainstem already I told no middle midbrain pons, middle oblongata. So these are the parts of the brainstem. Brainstem is one of the part of the brain. Okay, this one. Next to midbrain. Parts of the midbrain. Okay, the midbrain again is divided into some partitions. Anterior part, cerebral, perincles, posterior part, tinctum. So this is some of the parts of the midbrain. Okay, functions of the midbrain. Next, pons.